Okay, guys. After this show, if you see any of us dead, please come to our janazah. Please make dua for us and sadaqah jariyah.
I know the brother was trying to be funny. The sad part is that he was trying to be funny. Why would he say something like that? You're talking about something that's very serious. You're talking about murder. If you see something that, coming to our janazah, that means his wife likely murdered him for this type of situation. And I know, again, it's a joke, but there's truth in jest. Not only has that situation happened before, you heard some of the women giggling because they know what that infers. All right? How strong, how masculine, how authentic is that type of conversation to even put in jest?
Warning, viewer discretion is advised. The content, views, and educational material you are about to experience could challenge your belief, trigger strong emotions, and frankly, piss you off. This isn't for everyone. If you're not ready to confront new ideas, or if your feelings bruise easily, this might be the time to click away. Expect to be challenged, to think, and you might even want to scream at the screen. Proceed with caution, and remember, you chose to be here. Let's get it.
Assalamu alaikum, peace. I am Coach Nazir, one of the founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships and one of the authors of the book, Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored, that I wrote with my wives and I, right here. So if you don't have your copy, definitely grab it. Nevertheless, today, what I want to do is kind of answer the question that I get. See, in the community that we run at polygamycommunity.com, one of the questions is, why do you advise something that goes against the sunnah of the Prophet, his way, his tradition, for example? Now, my answer to that really goes into this video right here. So let's hear what's being said, because there's something that women tend to always say, well, I didn't know, or they say and use phrases like secret second wives, when we've already said there's no such thing as a secret second wife. But words are powerful, and they're used many times for emotional manipulation tactics in order to elicit a specific response from the husband in order to create some type of discomfort or defensiveness in him. And that way, many of them win. Nevertheless, let's take a look at this clip from this panel and have a little discussion about it.
Islamically, any of us can get a secret second wife.
Absolutely.
Or any man for that matter.
Not secret. We can get, Islamically, there is no problem in a man getting married to another woman in Islam without the first wife's knowledge. However, the question is, and there's no khilaf in this. There's actually, I've not seen one solitary difference of opinion in any of the 14 generations of Islam. It's not there.
Now, here's the thing. The reason we suggest something that the Sunnah does not suggest is simply because right now in the world, there is no authority over the last 14 centuries, as we've had over the last 14 centuries, regarding the implementation of Islam. So it's basically been upside down, where now polygyny is looked at something foreign, even though it's lasted 4 centuries long before even Islam came in and regulated it, if you will. So now today's monogamy is being pushed as though it's normal, it's natural. That's just the way of life, and allowing people to step out of who they are and also kind of disrupt that system, if you will. So the reason to cut right to the chase is the best practice is because it allows the man to step up and become more, to become better in his communication and his courage. It's extremely important. Again, it's not required, one, of course, to seek permission from anyone, all right, in order to practice polygyny. You must feel that you can be fair and you make the decision. That's it. If you're not fair, you are absolutely going to be accountable to Allah Ta'ala. So there are rules and there are regulations, but you can choose to follow the rules or break the rules. Nevertheless, it's your choice, and we encourage you to follow the rules and become an exceptional man, qualifying to do it at a high level. Now, that's just dealing with permission. Second part is, does she even have to know? Well, clearly, Muhammad Hijab talked about the fiqh of it for over generations, not even a dispute or a difference of opinion. So there's ijma' when it comes to it, which means consensus, unanimous consensus. So why do we suggest something different? Well, because it allows, again, the man to become better when it comes to his connection, his courage, and being able to step up as a man. What I want you to do is look at a few more clips just from this panel right here and let me know if you feel the men are demonstrating courage when they're asked a basic question. And I think one of the biggest challenges we have today as an ummah or as men just in general is being inauthentic, being punked by others, not being able to speak our minds because it may not seem politically correct. and an environment where they wave rainbow flags and love is love until you talk about polygyny. So let me know what you think about the body language, even the words used by these gentlemen, and whether or not you think that this is something that is masculine or even authentic. And we'll just evaluate them. Let me know what you think.
But, okay, guys, after this show, if you see any of us dead, please come to our janazah. Please make dua for us and sadaqah jariyah.
I know the brother was trying to be funny. The sad part is that he was trying to be funny. Why would he say something like that? You're talking about something that's very serious. You're talking about murder. If you see something that, coming to our janazah, that means his wife likely murdered him for this type of situation. And I know, again, it's a joke, but there's truth in jest. Not only has that situation happened before, you heard some of the women giggling because they know what that infers. All right? How strong, how masculine, how authentic is that type of conversation to even put in jest? Is that something that's empowering and equipping? Or is that something that's just making fun of the lack of courage that many men are demonstrating these days? So let's go to a couple more.
Okay, now listen.
I
listen
like that
now,
response.
now listen. Yeah, may Allah bless him. Now listen to us, brothers. Yeah. Okay, starting from Dawood. Yeah. Would you say you are polygamous by nature?
Hey, we had this conversation before,
Can we have you on the mic, please?
and I disagree with.
No. I'm just asking a simple question. Let's not go into the nitty gritty. All
I
I'm
know,
saying is,
but I'm not going to say I'm polygamous by nature. I'll say that.
bro. Let me answer the question again.
Yeah.
If your wife was totally okay with it,
Yeah.
zero problems,
Mhm.
you come back home and she's cooking a meal, bro. You just got married.
Yeah.
Would you get a second wife?
Yeah. I would.
Okay.
I would.
Yeah, you could just answer that question directly though, right? So we couldn't just say, yeah. He had to be asked the question in a certain way to actually get the truth out of it. Again, demonstrating courage in communication is very important. He said, well, I'm not going to say polygamy by nature. You rephrase the question, would you? Yeah. Come on, bro. Let's be real about it. Now let's get to this next one, which is very important because you may giggle at it, but there are signs to unhealthy relationships. There are signs to abusive relationships, especially intimate partner violence even. All right? And I'm saying this knowing that I've spoken with many people and many counselors and whatnot, and they really have a problem with something that is about to be dropped here. And I wonder if you're going to catch it. So let's take a peek.
That none of you guys are okay with your husbands getting a second wife. Can I just quickly get that out of the way? Sister Swad,
Absolutely not.
you're not okay with it? Yeah. Listen, sister,
It's a no from me. And if
Okay.
you have anything to say it now.
She's threatening it.
you're
Sorry.
finished.
Yeah.
Sister Amira?
Yeah, no.
No. Sister Tyra?
And I won't be happy with it.
We're just saying it's within our nature. Yeah.
Just be careful, Saj. Be
just
careful.
jokes aside, yeah.
Blame Jamil.
As a man, would you not say you are polygamous by nature? It doesn't mean you have to act upon it, but would you not say that every man is polygamous by nature? That if their wives were totally okay with it, no consequences, that they would do it.
I don't think I would.
Nah.
No, but
No, one second, one second,
I don't know, bro, because
Exactly what
the
my
thing is,
All right, so this brother unfortunately was not even able to state being polygynous by nature. All right, and you probably caught that threat, didn't you? Be careful, such and such. Be careful a couple times. And giggles and all that kind of stuff. That's not healthy. All right. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Prayerfully, everything is good. And this is just, lighthearted, if you will. However, this is the type of environment that stunts the growth of men, that creates an ummah that is weak, that takes men's balls and make it to little itty bitty marbles and beans. Now, let me tell you about basic biology. We're going to take our own personal belief systems and all that. Throw that out. Let's just sit and look at our biology. I talked about women having a monthly period. We know about women's menstrual cycle, right? Once they become of age, if you will. And they go ahead and release one egg per month, right? They have hormonal cycles. Men also have a cycle. Talked about that in the book, where that cycle is one day. We create hundreds of millions and billions of sperm cells every single day. Let's just talk about nature and talk about species and basic science. Now, don't have to go into a whole lot here because I don't really think that your delusion is going to hold up for no matter how much you argue in the comments. Men. Two, this is just the basic part of how we're different. Now, we all know this, but sometimes we need to be reminded we are not the same. So when we say that men are polygynous by nature, now, yes, we know not all men want more than one woman, no doubt. No doubt. Because not all men even want women. How about that? Nevertheless, since we're not talking about exceptions and anomalies and outliers, let's talk about the majority. So men in general, once they hit puberty, they produce hundreds of millions and billions of sperm cells every single day. That literally means just once a day you can impregnate over 300 women throughout the year, if that's just once a day, or it can even be thousands depending on who you are as a man. Yes or no? Right. And what do you have to keep you attached to that? Really nothing as a species. You can just go on off and have these children like a lot of people do and create bastards all over the place. Right? Yes. Your refractory period, because a man does have a period, the refractory period can be 15 minutes to however long, depending on the individual and the excitement in the mental stimulation, if you will. Now, let's talk about a woman. Women are born with the exact amount of eggs that they're going to have during their entire lifetime. And once they become of age, they release one per month. Man can impregnate pretty much one per day and have hundreds of children per year. Matter of fact, when that egg gets fertilized, how many sperms that can fertilize that? One. One by one man, right? Okay. So now she has an egg that's fertilized by one man. And how long does it take her to carry out that pregnancy to full term? About 40 weeks. So the vast majority of the year, with the exception of 3 months, she is pregnant by this man. Body goes through an immense number of changes, and she becomes extremely weak, especially toward the end when she's big and really her organs are pressed up and all kinds of pain and challenges that women deal with just one man. So tell me again how women are also polygynous or polygamous, or how polyandry really works, is going to build and thrive in society. Yeah, that's why you really can't go ahead and point to a culture that has ever thrived with that. So the risk of sex is a lot bigger for women than men, because women get impregnated. They have this baby. They'll be taken care of. They become weaker now, and these different challenges as time goes on, correct? Absolutely. So women generally are monogamous, and some people say hypergamous, where they're looking for their best choice, and that's period. I mean, women want to have the best choice of a man that's going to carry good genes and also be able to provide for her and this child during this time when she's weak and so on and so forth and moving forward. Men can go and be reckless if they want to, but there are rules and regulations in place when we put in belief systems and so on and so forth. But we are not the same. So even on a biological level, it disappoints me that these gentlemen couldn't even just be upfront and say what it is. Yeah, I'm polygamous. At least the first brother answered it. He's like, okay, if your wife didn't have a problem with it, again, that's the caveat. She is the problem or the barrier. So much for the women wanting to help other women and all that kind of stuff, and we need to stick together. She's the barrier for other women actually having a good husband, if he's a good husband or what have you. I don't know. But they are the barriers between other women and families being built. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean men are going to stop being with multiple women. We already know that. So it is what it is, right? How would you want to be married to somebody that constantly puts up these barriers and challenges or issues soft threats or even major threats? I'll take the kids and I'll do this and do that. Women, if you want to continue having a soft spot in your husband's life versus turning that into something that is hard and difficult to deal with, don't plant those seeds with your tongue. Learn to be better, learn to grow, learn to communicate better. Husbands, grow some balls. Because that leadership, that strength, that power, that ability to move forward is likely what she was attracted to begin with. So as a leader, lead your family. Don't turn into a follower. Be a man, have discussions, whether or not you choose to practice polygyny or not, that's on you. But don't front about it, please. Weakness is not attractive except to a predator. And we want you to prey versus become prey. So again, I'm Coach Nazir, and I help professionals and high performers who are interested in practicing polygyny develop confidence, connection, and courage without feeling disrespected or dismissed by utilizing a shift message that I use when I help people get their shift together. With that being said, what I want you to do is post below. Post your thoughts below. All right. Am I wrong? Am I off on my evaluation? What did you see? What different techniques, maybe possible emotional manipulation techniques? Maybe there was something different in FIP. Post down below. Let me know you made it this far in the video by saying RESPECT. Respect. Respect all across the board. We appreciate you. Be outstanding. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.